right, Screamfest LA. Let's continue. This time with The Devil Whispered My Name. Kaylee. So this one is from Argentina, and it is a Spanish-speaking film. So subtitles for any of you who are opposed. I'm sure once this gets a release, it might have a dub though too, if you're into that kind of thing. But for now, we got the subtitles. So this is about a young woman who has something happen in her past. We are years in the future, and we have a tragedy that happens, and she has to return home, and she then has to face what she left behind. Pretty classic, very tropey kind of story. I feel like most everything in the film is a lot of like been there, done that. With it being Argentina, which is it is kind of funny because I didn't know it was Argentinian when we were watching it. But the movie I was thinking about, not because it resembles it in every way by any means, but it was reminding me of the most from recent memory, is When Evil Lurks. There is similarities to it, and then finding out that it's also Argentinian, I was like, okay, this has to have been inspired by such. Overall, it was, I liked it. I just think that it has a good atmosphere to it.
It has a great atmosphere,
right?
too.
And I think that's its strongest place or part. But it's just very tropey, been there, done that. And it has like a really good closing shot.
Oh yeah, I love the closing shot.
But
I actually think that's like probably my favorite part of the film, actually. Like, I thought it was really cool looking. And
had we got more of that, that would have been nice. Were you not confused by the ending?
I
was
completely we talked
lost.
A little bit about it. We were both kind of confused about, we'll say, motivations, I guess. It's hard to talk about in a spoiler-free context, but we were just a bit confused by some of the plot points, I guess. Involving the main character and whatnot. But I think the atmosphere was great. I really liked the atmosphere. I really liked everyone's performance too. I think everyone did a really solid job. And aside from like When Evil Lurks, that definitely was giving me some of the vibes. Maybe it's the like location. I don't know. And also a little bit of like some Evil Dead stuff too, I would say.
Okay.
Right? Kind of?
Yeah. Go with that.
I don't know if that's spoilery.
No.
Okay. Just certain things. I liked it. I didn't love it because I was a little bit confused, and because I would have liked more of the horror to have been like what we get at the end, because I think a lot of the horror that we get is pretty, as you said, kind of standard and predictable stuff. And I think it would have been cool to, it would have been interesting to have some other interesting horror aspects to it, I guess. But overall, I liked it.
It's just kind of like a classic horror tale, right? Kind of reminded me of Southeast Asian horror, where you have the people who left the smaller town when they were kids, and then they are forced to return.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And there's a curse, and it's very reminiscent of like every either Thai movie or Indonesian horror film that I watch. So it had that to it, with maybe the atmosphere and styling choices of a When Evil Lurks, but without the ingenuity that film has, that makes it head and shoulders above the pack. So yeah, I think that for people who are just kind of into classic horror and they don't really care if they're pushing the envelope or trying new things, and they just want kind of like a well-made spook fest, that's they don't mind if it's predictable and they've seen it before, then yeah, it's a very well-made, very effective film. I just for me, being someone who watches hundreds of new horror movies a year, I just need something a little more to stand out in my mind, because this is the type of film that's going to blend together with multiple other titles for me, where it's like, yeah, it's a good looking movie, it's well acted, it's got a lot of the tropes that I'm familiar with, and which one was that again? Right? That's just how it becomes for me. So yeah, not a bad watch.
Not at all.
I'm not mad that I watched it.
Not
I
at
think
all.
it was a totally adequate film, and a good one-time watch for me.
Yeah, I think it's something to look out for, and to watch, for sure. If you like, some of the other titles, I guess, that we mentioned, and are looking for something really atmospheric, and
Yeah. So, and explain the ending to us in the comments below.
Yes.
Just make sure you put spoilers beforehand. Other than that,
great shot, really great shot.
Yeah, keep your eye out for it. We don't have release dates for these festival films.
Yeah.
I can only tell you when they'll be at the fest, which is later. I think it's October 12th is when this gets its release date in October, or in Oktoberfest with all the beer. No, Screamfest.
Yes.
So if you are in LA and you can make that, you can go see this there on that day. So look it up, Screamfest. I think ScreamFestLA.com. And let us know. We'll see you in the comments. Adios.
Bye.